Hello and welcome once again to Showbiz Video. I am Jimmy, and welcome to a simple guide to boutique and specialty labels. This is a video that is primarily going to be aimed at brand new collectors, but even if you are a seasoned collector such as myself, you might still learn a thing or two. Hopefully, maybe, I'm not sure. But, anyways, what is a specialty or boutique label, you are probably asking? Well, I'm very, very, very glad that you asked because a boutique or specialty label will acquire a film or a TV series from a major or indie studio and will do things such as remaster the footage, work on the audio, and even add special features. Now, when you go into a store, say Walmart or Target, and you go and buy a movie, chances are you've probably seen on the spine or the back from a major studio such as Universal or Warner Brothers and so forth. Well, that's where the specialty and boutique labels come in. I'm going to show you some examples and that I own in my own collection. And now let's start with the label that started it all, and that is the Criterion Collection, founded in 1984 by Robert and Aline Stein and Joe Medjick. They first became very well known within the movie collector game with their Citizen Kane and King Kong Laserdisc. And I have the Criterion Collection edition of A Face in the Crowd. This is the Blu-ray. And every Criterion release comes with a booklet with an extensive essay on the film and usually has great picture and really good sound, or at least decent sound, I would say. This right here does not have stereo. It has the original mono soundtrack to it. And it has a multitude of special features. This is a restored 4K restoration. Alright. That was Criterion. And also another thing with Criterion is they also specialize a lot in art house and international releases. They've had releases for the original Godzilla, Seven Samurai, but they've also had films such as The Game, the original version of The Blob with Steve McQueen, and the original version of The Flight of the Phoenix starring Jimmy Stewart. Alright, and now we're going to go on to another heavy hitter, especially within the physical media sphere here on YouTube. And that is Shout Factory. Shout Factory has been around since 2002, and it was founded, I almost misspoke, by Richard and Garson Foos and Bob Emmer, and it originally began as Retropolis Entertainment, but a bit of a mouthful. And they are especially well known for their line of sci-fi and horror films known as the Scream Factory line. The Scream Factory line by Shout Factory. Alright, and here's a really good example. This is my Steelbook 4K release of Army of Darkness, and this thing is loaded with special features, folks. It's got the theatrical cut, it's got the international cut and the director's cut. Tons of special features, making of. So that is indeed one of the best examples that I can give. I truly feel that this is worthy of any horror and sci-fi fans' movie library, is this edition from Scream Factory. Alright. There's that one. Alright, and here's one, and this is a company that was especially well known for budget releases. Primarily these big value packs of horror and sci-fi films. They're 50 movie packs, and that is Mill Creek Entertainment. And it was founded also in 2002 by Ian Warfield, Robert Zackheim, and Scott Moss. And this is the only film from that company that I currently have, The Cowboy Way. It's pretty bare bones on the special features, though, unfortunately for this. But it has the movie, and that is the most important thing, really. Alright, now we're going to talk about a label that I've really come to like over the past year or so, and that is Kino Lorber. They originally began in 1977 as a film distribution company called Kino International. They were later acquired by Lorber HT Digital in 2009. They later merged to become Kino Lorber. Now, they are similar to Criterion in the fact that they also do a lot of art house and foreign films, but especially within the last few years, they do a lot more cult films and more films that you're going to recognize. Here's a really good example of a really good 4K that's packed with special features, and that is the Monster Squad. This thing has a new documentary that comes with it. Wolfman's Got Nards for 2015 as a bonus feature. It also has another documentary, Monster Squad Forever, and it has a Dolby Vision Master, and that was my example for Kino Lorber. Alright? Okay, folks, and here we're coming to the last one on my little list to talk about, and that is Arrow Video. Arrow was founded in Britain in 2009, and they expanded operations into North America in 2015. And here is a very good example from their library, and that is Tremors. This thing the amount of special features on this is insane. You could probably spend 2 or more days just watching the special features alone, but this has a brand new 4K restoration from the original negative. This is definitely something I would pick up, is this edition. Alright, folks, that was my little video on boutique labels. Also, some other boutique labels, honorable mentions, is stuff such as Vinegar Syndrome. They do a lot of, B, C, D, and E grade films. But they do a very good job on restoring them. There's also Severin Entertainment. They do a lot of cult films and B movies and well, that's my crash course on boutique and specialty labels. And I hope everyone is having a good evening. Now, before I sign off, I recently learned that I now have 10 subscribers, and I am super happy about that. I really hope that this channel continues to grow, and I hope you stay with me on this journey and this adventure. And please leave a like, and please comment below if you are one of my 10 subscribers. I want to get some engagement out of you folks. Hopefully we can have some fun conversations in the comments. Anyways, thank you, and good night, or good day whenever you watch this. Goodbye.